wrestling fans, and welcome to episode 126 of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am your host, Joe the Panther the Third. Now introducing from the top of Middle Mountain all the way down to all 50 states and the globe, it's the happy heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe? What's going on? What's going on, nerds of wrestling?
And now, introducing, I guess, it's the nerds of wrestling.
What is going on, guys? How you doing today? Thank you so much for having me on.
No problem. We had to have on a fellow podcast to geek, am I right?
Yeah, I mean, you're not right. No, a fellow nerd at that one.
Yes.
Well, you have the geek and you have the nerd right here. So there you go.
I mean, it works perfect.
It would have been even funnier if we had you on the day the Ghostbusters Afterlife comes out. I'm running in my room, leaving my flight suit on, like, I'm here. Joe, you're in the wrong outfit. Shit. I swear, that's what's going to be like. Either my eyes will still have tears in it, because apparently you're supposed to cry a lot during that movie. And I'm like, right? You're my dad right in front of me.
Yeah, I could tell you're very excited about the Ghostbusters, huh?
I'm a die-hard Ghostbusters fan since I was a little boy.
There you go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new one too. It should be interesting.
After the last trailer, I shouldn't have watched it because I was just like everybody on YouTube. I was like,
back with the dudes. That's right.
Yeah. Hey, man. So if our fans aren't familiar with you, introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Justin Del Rio. I run a group called Nerds of Wrestling on Facebook. I am currently at 6,000 members on the group right now. I also do a podcast on the Nerds of Wrestling podcast called What's Up Wrestler. I interview wrestlers. I can't name every single one because it's way too many to name off the top of my list. But yeah, I'm just a normal Joe who runs a podcast called Nerds of Wrestling. What's Up Wrestler? And again, the group is something that holds a very special place in my heart. I work very hard on that group.
That's awesome, man.
Did you happen to watch Full Gear or?
I unfortunately could not watch Full Gear. I didn't have the money to pay for it. So, but I did see spoilers all over Twitter, all over Facebook. People telling me about it. My buddy was there, so he was sending me videos of all the stuff. So I got a chance to kind of catch up and see what happened in there.
I was actually at the Victory Pro Wrestling show last night, so I really didn't get the chance to watch it. But I saw some of the highlights. I saw Hangman won, which is awesome. Good for him. That's been a long time coming for me and Joe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Hangman always gets opportunities, and never won the big one. And he finally won it. So the big one,
I was surprised they actually pulled the trigger on that. I didn't think they were going to do it that quick. I mean, not say like quick, but like it's something that was very unexpected, and a lot of people, I feel, didn't see coming.
I felt like they should have kept it a little longer because I think Kenny still got some left in the tank. Like, I mean, you have Wrestle Kingdom coming up with you could always do Ibushi and Omega in the Tokyo Dome for the AEW title. You could have done Okada Omega for the AEW title. I mean, there was so much that left they could have done.
Right.
But I think the fans were a little bit restless for AEW. They wanted Hangman as the champion. That's what I think it was.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, I'm very happy to see Hangman finally hold some gold.
Yeah, and we got Jay Lethal in AEW now. He's all elite. So
do you think they're going to give any opportunities there? Because I know there's plenty of belts. He can probably go after the TNT belt. Not immediately go after the main belt, but I eventually could see him going after the main belt. But let's get his feet wet in AEW.
Right.
Let him get somebody that is in the same department, if you know what I mean, as him. You don't want to toss him against somebody really big, and it's like, why'd you bring him here to get squashed?
I mean, I don't think he'll get squashed. But they're already gonna have him feud with Sammy Guevara, which is something that is perfect. Sammy Guevara is perfect for Jay Lethal. I feel like they'll work extremely well together in that match, in that predicament.
And the theme song. And his
Yeah,
theme
the theme song is sick. I heard the theme song. I heard it was like a remix of Macho Man's theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
Also, that and the fact that he could be working with Chris Jericho, which is the dream match that a lot of people wanted.
Yeah. AEW really gives us a lot of space for like matches. Like we have all these matches, and we're always him versus him, her versus her, this versus that. So that's what I love about AEW, because their roster is so stacked that it's not going to be just so and so versus the person next week, or the week after that, week after that. It's something different every week, and that's something that AEW is doing extremely well with.
Yeah.
Who do you see working with Lethal? Who would you like to see?
I mean, right now, Chris Jericho would be cool. Sammy Guevara. Obviously, I feel like those two are gonna tear the house down. I would love to see Jay Lethal work with CM Punk. I would love to see him work with Jungle Boy. I mean, Jay Lethal is a wrestler. Has been wrestling for years, and as we all know, his work in Impact, his work in ROH. He's been wrestling. He's like a 20-year vet. So, and AEW has a lot of young talent that could really make like Jay Lethal will put over. I mean, a lot of these wrestlers in AEW don't need the victory because they're already over enough. We already know who they are, what they could do. Bring these wrestlers in, kind of put the younger guys over. Same thing the Bucks did back in 2019 when they were putting all these young tag teams over. So it's the opportunities are endless for AEW.
Yeah, that and you could always revisit stuff. Jay Lethal and Cody could go at it again
Absolutely.
Because they never went on a big stage, and something I've never seen like on a big stage, which I'm surprised AEW hasn't pulled the trigger on, is Kenny and Cody.
Yeah, that's really weird. Once you think about it,
because they've worked with New Japan and Ring of Honor together, so
yeah,
you would think that okay, this is our biggest audience ever. Why don't we just pull the trigger and do Kenny Omega versus Cody Rhodes?
I feel like that's something like they're definitely waiting for, like kind of to
Mm-hmm.
like they don't want like get us in the shallow end first. Don't throw us deep in the water.
Yeah, but I'm sure I'm pretty sure that's a plan that they're probably working on in the future.
I mean, you can only hope, man. I hope so.
Yeah, that and who else from Ring of Honor would you like to see come through the door?
Oh, dude, Flip Gordon.
Flip Gordon be out.
Flip Gordon, man. Yes, I met Flip
Count. When I was with Justin Jones with Balor Club guy.
Nice, yeah. No,
he came by on one of those what do you call it? Back to the Future. He was on one of those boards. The
hoverboard.
Yeah, he was rolling by, and I was like, "Hey, dude." He's like, "What's up, man?" And I was like, "Flip," and he decided he was rolling by everybody.
Yeah, no, Flip Gordon is someone who I've been following since like 2015. I met Flip countless amount of times. He's a great guy, great wrestler. I'm extremely happy for his success in his wrestling career. It's very unfortunate to see all these Ring of Honor guys be let go of their contract, but we got to remember that wrestling isn't what it used to be in like 2005. It's not like there's one company only. Like independent wrestling is really taking over the world, so these guys are going to be fine. A lot of these guys have wrestled for countless amount of promotions in the independent scene before, and again, like I said, they'll be fine. I would love to see Flip Gordon go to AEW. Jesus Christ, dude. I mean,
Bandito's
a beast, man.
And I'm not saying sign them all to AEW, because AEW has a lot of wrestlers right now, so kind of take it easy a little bit. But even if Flip goes to Impact, who's to say he won't work with AEW?
Exactly. So there you go. They have a working relationship. So there you go. All right.
And a lot of people, that's what I tell a lot of people too, is they could go to New Japan, they could go to Impact, they could go to MLW. Like, they don't have to go to AEW. Like,
Exactly, because
I mean,
eventually they're all going to work together eventually. So
exactly. They all have a working relationship. So you'll probably see Flip Gordon on like a dark match or like a random episode of AEW. So it's just because he's wrestling on, an AEW episode doesn't mean he's automatically signed. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's my take on that.
Bandito's another
Yeah.
one. Flamita's another one.
Yeah.
Brody King. Oh man,
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
Brody King. It's another one. Dragon Lee is somebody he needs to be signed immediately. I swear to God.
Where would you want to see him go?
I want to see him back in New Japan, to be honest with you, but that's just me though.
Right.
But if he ended up in AEW, I wouldn't be upset about it.
No.
I mean, like, or Impact or anything.
Because like we said, eventually they're gonna work with all those companies at one point. So it's signed to that company doesn't mean you're automatically signed. Well, it does mean you're signed to them, but doesn't mean you can't work with other companies around that area.
I remember it was Dragon Lee. This was the first time me and Joe ever saw him. A guy we're not going to name because of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It was Dragon Lee, Ospreay, and that other guy in that match. It was Final Battle. Nice. I think it was. Which one was it, Joe? I think it was. Was it 2016? I think it was.
I think so.
I think it was 2016. The one
2016, 2017?
Yeah. Kyle O'Reilly won the belt.
No shit.
That was the same show, and dude, the place was going crazy for Dragon Lee, man. Dragon Lee needs to be signed immediately. He's awesome. Yeah.
It sucks to see all these wrestlers, who you have such an emotional attachment to, because this wrestler, like you met them before, like you've seen what they could do, you see what they're capable of, and just to be treated like shit. Sorry if I'm not allowed to curse.
You can curse.
You can curse. You can curse. You don't care.
Just to be treated like shit, in WWE especially, all these wrestlers who get signed there just are far more capable of doing what WWE tell them to do.
Yeah, but we really don't know that. Some people take it differently. Some people are just there to sit in catering, collect a paycheck, and that's fine with them.
Yeah.
I mean, would you be fine with it though? I'm gonna flip the script a little bit here.
If someone's paying me a lot of money to eat food,
right?
I get. It's like here's like a couple $1,000s. It's like here, everything's all paid off. So
true.
Sit in case.
To sit on the show, I'm a fat boy, so if I have to sit backstage and continually eat something, Will Smith style, Fresh Prince, like.
But if I'm someone like CM Punk that says, you know what, screw this, I want to be the main event, I want to be wrestling, I don't want to be sitting in catering.
Right.
That's something different. You know what I mean? Some people have other opinions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, is there anybody that's on your dream list to interview that you've seen in the indies and you're like, I gotta get in touch with this person?
Oh, dude. I mean, the thing about independent wrestling is there's so much wrestlers out there that is to the point where it's overwhelming. Because you interview this one person. And then you see like this other podcast interview this person, like, oh, I want to get them, and it's kind of like a revolving door. Like you see her, you want them, you want him, you want them, you want that. It's like so to answer your question, I mean, there's way too many to name. Like off the top of my head, I could be here for hours, but I can't name any. Not off the top of my head, I can't name any right now. But I'm sure once this interview is over, I'm like, oh yeah, I should have said her. Oh yeah, I should have said him. Oh yeah, I should have said them. It's. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a few people that I don't know if you interviewed, you're gonna interview. The one I want, I have a friend that seen her in Canada, the Bubblegum Princess.
Alexia Nicole.
What's that?
Alexia Nicole.
Yeah, we messaged her, but she said she was really busy at that moment, but I never heard back from her. I was like,
Yeah, she's really cool, dude. I had the honor of interviewing her back in like May. I would definitely 100% recommend her to come on the show. She's awesome.
Yeah, we like champions on this podcast. I don't know if you ever heard, dudes at Ringside, we're the home of champions.
The home of champions.
I said it wrong. It's the home of champions. Yes.
Yeah, you gotta say it right, bro. Come on, what are you doing?
Add the smoke and the lights flickering on all the titles from all over the world. We just got a new title on the Wall of Fame. Our buddy Riley Measures just won in his promotion
Is that the tag belt?
the tag team champions.
Look at
Way to
that.
go, Riley, man!
Yeah.
Thanks
Shout
to
out to Riley.
He did it.
That belt looks fire too. It's like the eagle on the top of the
Right.
belt instead of like in the middle. It's like on the top.
Shouts out to Riley right there.
That's
right?
a weapon right there. Like like any hardcore. Hey, Rob, what's going on?
What's going on, dude? It's great seeing you at the show, by the way.
It's
Now,
our
WWE
dudes at ringside
champion.
young champion,
It's our champion right there.
our fan champ.
Now you guys been doing podcasts for how long?
Not long.
And you, what made you guys decide to do a podcast?
Me and Joe have been friends for like almost ever.
Since college.
So we said, me and Joe said, oh, we could do that, something like that. Not
No,
realizing how
He
hard.
said it, and I was just like, I was the other half like, and I'm a big fan of Ghostbusters, as I said, and I'm gonna say their pod till they jump and say, fine, I'll come on your show, Joe. The Yes Have Some podcast. They're big Ghostbusters video games. They talk about toys. Them and the Cross Rip Ghostbusters podcast, another one. I like religiously listen to the Yes Have Some people because they are so sweet to me. They're always friendly to me. They're always talking to me on Instagram and or on Facebook. They make fun of each other. They joke with each other. I'm like, these guys are so freaking cool, and they're friends, and they hang out and they talk all the time about Ghostbusters and video games and wrestling. And I said to Geek, fine, let's do this. Let's try. The first episode was with Balor Club guy, and we had a freaking blast, even though
it was glitchy. The first episode was very glitchy.
No first episode was perfect, bro. Take it from me. My first episode sucked. I was so nervous interviewing my first wrestler. I was nervous as fuck. The wrestler's name is BRG, Brett Ryan Gosselin. He's a wrestler up in New England. Great kid. 100% recommend him. If you guys haven't heard of him, go check him out. Dude is the future. He's really cool, and he's a huge supporter of my podcast and Nerds of Wrestling. So shout out to a victorious BRG, Brett Ryan Gosselin, and that is his actual name. It's not a stage name. That's like his legitimate name.
It's funny, before live, we always, like with the wrestler, like, oh, my name is Joe, and he's like, oh, I'm Lance. And then they're like, my name is, and it's just like, fourth wall, broken.
Yeah, they always break the wall with us, and I'm like, no, don't. I can't cover my
right. Like, no, what are you doing?
Like,
don't break
sometimes the wrestlers I say Joe, and then the last guest we had, I was like, oh, my name is Randy, and I went, fifth wall, broken. I'm like, I told them my real name, not the name they gave me at Walmart when I worked there 9 years ago.
Right.
We're not saying who, but like some wrestlers have broken kayfabe with us, and we're like, no, don't break kayfabe.
And they told us stuff. One wrestler told us something that we weren't supposed to know yet, that she was supposed to be on something, and I was just like, I'm not a quiet person. I know it's like, okay, immediately called me, Joe, don't say anything. She's supposed to be in this certain area for a wrestling show, and you're not supposed to. I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything. I wrote, posted. Oh shit, sorry.
Bro,
don't do that. What the hell, Joe?
Joe,
you make Geek look bad then, because I'm attached to this podcast.
But I didn't write it. I just wrote, oh shit. I wrote on Twitter.
Oh no!
It didn't happen. I didn't really write it. I just to fuck with Geek.
Okay. I
I
thought you spoiled it. I was like, oh, you dick. I was like, come
People
on.
get banned for life. We'll be on the banished list with that wrestler. And by the way, there's certain wrestlers that I don't think you've ever had. You should definitely try to get Tamaku from Texas.
Super funny.
So funny. Sounds like Cookie Monster.
Tamaku,
yeah, the Savage Juggernaut.
All right.
Chad Epic is a super.
Chad Epic is from Boston. He's so funny. Oh my god, that man's great. That man is great.
And by the way, he's super helpful. Just don't let him hear me say that. Super helpful. He'll be your best friend. He'll be like, you need any wrestlers? Let me reach out to people for you.
Yeah, this is the question I had for you guys too, because I know you're interviewing me, but we're just like kind of going back and forth.
Yeah.
When you interview wrestlers, do you? Because I think you just said, would you prefer kayfabe or no kayfabe? Like, would you rather have them
Well,
break it, or it depends on who it is?
it depends on who it is. Like if they're trying to establish their character,
Right.
I'd say keep the kayfabe alive, and that helps them get to where they want to be.
Because a lot of wrestlers ask me, they go like, "Do you want me in character or out of character?" I'm like, out of character, if that's okay. Because I get like really awkward when it's like talking to someone in character, which I gotta get used to. I've been doing a podcast for a year, so like to me, it's like, okay, I'll try my best, like to keep the conversation going. Which I think three wrestlers didn't break kayfabe, so I had an okay time doing it. Bobby Orlando is one of them. That dude is.
One of them we've been trying to get Bobby
That's
Orlando
on our
for.
dream list, but like he's
Yeah,
a
so
busy man, so
Yeah, he's got.
super busy.
It sucks that like all these wrestlers, you try to get, again, like that's another downfall on being a podcaster is like you want to get this wrestler, they're busy. You want to get this other wrestler, they're free. But guess what? That other wrestler is free as well. You need like, god dang, and like to the point where you're like, okay, I guess I'm doing like 3 podcasts in a week because when am I ever like they're free this week? I need to get them like now
Yeah.
on my show. So
our first show that we did together was in July, and I thought Geek was gonna. I'm stronger than Geek.
We did like 5 or 6 shows in one day.
Yeah, we did 5 shows one day. I thought Geek was gonna kill me. I realized Geek couldn't kill me because I lift heavy milk crates every Monday and every Thursday.
right.
He would try to grab me, and I'll be like, and I just grab him with both arms and give him like a sleeper. The what's it called? What's that wrestler? Oh my god, the Master Lock.
Chris Masters. There you go.
Chris Masters.
I got guns. Under this hoodie, there's like absolute guns. I got like lifting milk crates all the time. So thanks, Junior from Key Food Milk. You gave me the milk muscles.
6 interviews in one day. How was that? Like, do you guys remember who you interviewed?
What?
I'm tired.
What's up?
Do you guys remember who you interviewed that day?
Yeah, we do.
Rebel Kel. She was sweet. Oh my god, you have to have her. She's so sweet.
Joey Conway, which one?
Conway.
We had 2 hours. Went 2 hours with Joey Conway.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was sitting there eating pizza, eating those little split pea chip looking things.
Right.
Because I just got out of a car.
It was who else? Shit was on there on that day.
Thunder Wonder from California.
Thunder Wonder, and then we had Money, Power, Respect
from California.
Wow. Nice.
They're good.
Yeah.
Damn. Shit. And you guys just started in July. How many interviews have you got? How many wrestlers have you interviewed thus far?
How much have we had? We have 26 episodes. 126. So. But I don't know how many wrestlers we actually had on those. Like the first few episodes, me and Joe just talking. So
that's 126 wrestlers already. That's insane.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's nuts. Yeah, when I first started doing podcasting, so to a little history behind What's Up Wrestler, I had this idea on Nerds of Wrestling. Nerds of Wrestling. I'm not sure. Do I have you guys on Facebook? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, if you guys have Facebook, definitely add me, Justin Del Rio, and go join Nerds of Wrestling on Facebook. So I have a lot of wrestlers who kind of interact back and forth with the members of the group when they if they're posting something, talk about wrestling, or just something in general, whatever. And I remember it's weird because I come up with all these great ideas at work when I'm on my break. I don't know what it is. It just boom, I had this idea. I work with kids, so I'm kind of like back and forth all the day when I'm like sitting down relaxing. I'm like, oh, I got this idea. I had this idea. I was like, I have a lot of wrestlers who interact with the members of the group. And I'm like, how can I bring the members and the wrestlers kind of interacting together? Whether it's the members asking the wrestlers a question, back and forth. And I'm like, let me do a discussion thread. Every week, I'll come up with a discussion thread with the wrestler. I'll bring a new wrestler on the group. I'll introduce them. I'll write this and that, ask some questions, and the wrestler could reply to that person's question, kind of back and forth. I think I had like 20, 30 wrestlers do it. but doing it every week became kind of too much. So it became really hard. So um, I asked my friends who kind of helped me in like the group chat. I was like, hey guys, I have this idea. What do you think? They're like, bro, we love it. Do it, please. That's awesome. That's a great idea. Great way to get the wrestlers to interact with the members of the group, which a lot of people loved. I said, okay, but I need help. I don't know what to call it. My friend Kelly was like, nah, I'm giving Kelly, shout out to Kelly Hopkins. She came up with the name. She said, I vote on What's Up Wrestler. And I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, What's Up Wrestler. I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like, What's Up Wrestler? What the hell is that? And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, What's Up Wrestler? What's Up Wrestler? No, I dig it. No, I actually really like it. So I went back and forth with her. I said I love it, this and that. She goes, you know what? And by the way, it's all yours. You that's your thing. Like you have 100% credit for it. So that was What's Up Wrestler discussion thread. So I started doing the discussion threads. And again, shout out to Victorious BRG Brett Ryan Gosselin because he was the first actual person to do the discussion thread. What's Up Wrestler discussion thread lasted about 4 months, 3 months, and I'm like, you know what? I want to do a podcast, and the podcast came to life. And
That's
first
awesome.
member again was BRG Brett Ryan Gosselin. So yeah, man, What's Up Wrestler has a cool kind of little backstory to it that before the podcast was a discussion thread. So there's that.
Me and I'm sorry, go. Then I'll go.
I was gonna ask. I know I hate to be negative, but
Yeah.
YouTube, it's been lagging a lot.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like we haven't been getting there's not no views on YouTube, no subscribers, but Facebook and then Twitter and all that and Twitch has been doing real well.
Right. That's good for you guys. I mean, I really don't pay attention to YouTube. I just, all my interviews just kind of go up there, and I just, let it be. I'm more focused on, my Facebook and like Twitter and Instagram kind of on there right now.
Yeah, I think Twitch is doing pretty good too. So
yeah, that's all. And you guys are very, active on Twitch. I see all these comments coming in and everything. Yeah. That's awesome.
By the way, I want to say hi to our buddy Robbie. By the way, who I met yesterday. He's the dude's Ringside Champion. By the way,
he's the fan champ.
He's a fan champ. Was he a number one fan?
Yeah.
He's awesome, by the way. So
shout out to Robbie.
And he's supporting our channel.
And I swear, if Becca ever sees this thing, Becca, I'm so sorry. You're our women's champion. So respect. Don't kill me.
Nah, she won't kill you. She won't kill you. I'm sure she'll be fine.
She's healed now, so maybe she might kill you.
Oh, yeah, no, she might. Oh, wait, forget
what I saw what somebody did to her during a match. They actually threw a jacket in her face and just started hitting her. I was like, what? Who would hit Becca? I'd be like, no. I think she'd turn heel on me. I'd go try to hug her, and she'd probably knee me and throw me out of the ring. Then I'm 5'1". I think she just before I walked up 5 feet, she'll be like.
I think everybody will pay to see that. Honestly, Becca beat the shit out of you. Let's.
I don't hit women.
Joe's been having an issue with Johnny Collins, though.
Oh, me and Johnny Collins will definitely be a thing when I come back.
How did you guys decide you wanted to interview wrestlers? What brought the idea up?
That was Joe.
Me. I'm good friends with. You should definitely get in contact with Damian Dragon and Foxy. I'm good friends. I call them my wrestling besties because I've known Damian for about been here for maybe 13 years. I've known Foxy and Damian Dragon, and I was just I asked him. I said, Foxy, can you be our first wrestler? And she was like, see if I have time. Okay. And she decided to come on, and I wrote down all the questions because I was still new at this, and
right.
I don't want to sound like an idiot asking her a dumb question. And she knew other than yes, have some, she was the inspiration of why I wanted to be on the camera like this, because she did a show called Nerd Herders, and it was about all nerd the nerd universe, everything, Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, everything. And I was like, I could do that. Like, and I liked her wrestling stuff she did with her husband back in the day. And Bingo Bango, Foxy Foxy's the first guest wrestler that's our guest.
Now, when you interview these, like, obviously, because you said, oh, I didn't want to sound stupid, I didn't want to sound this and that. I mean, no offense to all the people who are starting the podcast, all the first episodes, you're unless you're like a professional wrestler, like who's been doing this for years, who has an actual connection to the wrestler, it's gonna suck. Your first episode is gonna be really, really hard. It's, you're gonna have your downfalls, you're gonna learn from your mistakes, and you're gonna get better as time goes. So, I mean, was the wrestler kind of like, oh, it's okay, like, was she like, kind of supportive with you?
Yeah,
She was
cool. She was mad cool with us.
She was funny as hell. We were like talking like this. We were just like talking, and she was telling some stories.
Yeah.
And she's like questions, and I had the questions on I have like a desk, so I had like the bottom part where you put the old keyboard in there. I had it all there.
I hear it, yeah.
Yeah, that part, and I had a notebook there, and I was asking questions and stuff like that. And I didn't have the microphone yet. I didn't have my buddy. I didn't have
Right.
this guy. So just I had a headset, and I was just like asking her questions. Geek was asking her questions, and she had a fun time. And then Damien Dragon came on, and here we are.
Yeah.
Like,
Actually, she actually didn't want to go that long, to be honest with you.
yeah.
Originally, she didn't, and then I looked at the time. I'm like, holy crap.
Time flies by when you're having fun. I mean, like, who, if you guys could recall, who's like your best interview?
You want to say it, Joe? You want to tell them? Because
For me personally, it's Kiara because she opened the door for the British wrestlers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
And she was face when she came on, and also she was the first female wrestler to drop the see you later word on the podcast.
You know what I'm talking about.
What, see you next Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought Geek had the look like Peter Griffin did when Jennifer Love Hewitt hugged him, and Lois was like, I could feel I could feel Maude ever so spiffy's eyes over the computer staring at him like. He's like, I didn't do it, Lois. Yo, see what my hands are, Lois. Look,
I didn't do it. Look,
yeah,
see Lois.
I mean, for me, I'd say my favorite would be. I mean, I've said this on the podcast before. A lot of them are our favorites because every wrestler tells a different story, and
right.
Like Wilmy Kathleen, for example, she was so freaking funny. We had such a great trip. So, like someone like Christine Marie, her stories were awesome.
Oh my god, she cried.
Yeah, her stories.
Christy Marie, Christina Marie.
She cried.
Oh my god, she cried.
Oh, why? What happened? What'd you do?
Nothing. No, just like told a story about her mom.
I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Oh, damn, really?
Yeah.
She was awesome though. She was telling stories, and her stories were freaking awesome. The whole interview was great, and shouts out to her.
Interview. It was fun. I really like, and then I like the flavor of the guests we get. Like, we get international people. We try to get people from this country too, but a lot of the international guests get back to us so much faster.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, like, I don't know how to explain it because I remember I knew Kiara before the interview when I interviewed her because I used to talk to her all the time, and she got back to me like that, and with all these other wrestlers, it's like like you'll be lucky if you get a response with like a day or two. Some wrestlers just unfortunately quick advice to all these podcasters, future podcasters who are listening. It's okay if a wrestler you want to interview says no. It is not the end of the world because there's thousands of more wrestlers who will say yes to be on your show. And maybe down the road, that wrestler who said no to you will be like, hey, can I come on your show?
Yeah.
So it should. I mean, it happened to me. I mean, it happens to a lot of people. I mean, so if you're upset about a wrestler saying no, yeah, it sucks. But just look at it as like a learning opportunity because it's not the end of the world. And again, like you're just starting, so like feel free to reach out to people who have done podcasts before because they'll tell you the same exact thing I'm telling you is on to the next. It's like getting rejected by someone you have a crush on. They reject you, on to the next.
Yeah.
It was funny with Kiara. It wasn't even like I messaged her and she said, "Oh, I'm from England," but she just messaged us one day out of nowhere, right? Right, Keith?
Right.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. She just said, "I got canceled on by a podcast. Can I come on yours?" And I'm like, "What day?" And she said, "Thursday." And I was like, "Geek, what are we doing Thursday?" He's like, "Nothing. Watching wrestling or whatever." And I said, "Give her time." And I was doing something with my parents.
Right.
Came running down the stairs, just at the computer and everything. And Geek is usually used to me first, coming in, setting up. And then he's like, "Hey, what's up, Joe?" And then, no, it's Kiara. And he's like, this is the funniest how the story ends.
She got there before Joe did.
Got here before I did. And Geek was like, she's like, "Where's Joe?" And he's like, "Oh, he's not here yet. I'll call him." And Lance is like, Geek went, "Call him? Man, he's in trouble by his parents."
That's long distance.
Yeah, his parents. My dad said opposite. It would be more expensive for her because it's international from England to America.
She like called you on her phone?
No.
Yeah, like Instagram,
Instagram,
right.
Instagram call.
Yeah, Insta video as I call it, Insta chat.
Do you remember the podcast that they canceled? That she was canceled by?
What was that?
Do you remember the podcast name? What was the podcast?
She didn't say.
Hope it wasn't me. I'm trying to think. Look back. Like, was it me? Was it mine? No, it couldn't be. One was just like in May, right?
I can't remember when Kiara's was, but like she didn't say. She's that professional that she didn't say who it was.
Huh. Honestly, it might have been mine because I think I canceled on her like on a Thursday because or we both told each other like let's do a Friday instead because Thursday's too late.
Either way, she was super professional. She didn't say who it was.
She was nice. She was like a nice person. So
and we were talking about food, talking about pets. We were just like. It was just so fun. Like, and then she opened the door for the England wrestlers, and then she opened up CPW for Coventry Pro for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
The guys from the Coventry Pro Wrestling who do a podcast Talking Madness, I think.
Nathan and is it Nathan and somebody else, right?
Nathan, Lee Simmons, Dale, and Aaron. They reached out to me, and I was on their show in March.
That's awesome.
We're trying to get Nathan is supposed to come on this Sunday, but like he hasn't said anything to us in a while. I'm like, he's busy. Like,
yeah, I would just keep reaching out to him. I mean, you know how it is.
He looked at our stuff. He looked at the message, but didn't say anything. Geek changed the dudes at Instagram page that made it like a professional account.
Right.
So now we have the Prime and the other one, Prime and what's that other one, Geek?
Prime. Professional. You mean?
Professional and I don't know. It's like when the message, it goes either to, you could change it if you don't want to. If they didn't answer you, you leave them on the other side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
General and Prime.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Other than podcasting, are you guys into wrestling? Like WWE? Who's your favorite wrestlers?
Of all time, you go first, Geek.
Triple H would have to be my favorite of all time.
Favorite match?
Favorite match? Favorite match of all time, or is this WWE, or are we talking
Triple H. Triple H's match. Like, what's your favorite Triple H match?
With Shawn. SummerSlam 2002.
Oh yeah.
I was there for that match. Insane.
You were there?
Yes.
We both were there.
No shit, you both were there?
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know each other then?
But we both were there though.
That's awesome. What was that experience like for that match? 'Cause I know that's like a match that people still talk about, over 10 years later.
I was in the bloody nose, so like that. I saw a little.
I was behind the stage.
Hey, you know what? You were still there.
I was
still behind the stage.
Yeah, behind the stage. Not behind the stage. Up all the way up behind the stage.
That big circle of the S.
Why? Let me say something. I freaking hate how even AEW, how professional wrestling companies make that an actual option. Who on their right mind would want to sit behind the stage? Like you're spending over $1,000 for a ticket to see like WrestleMania, and you're behind the goddamn stage. Oh hell, I would be so pissed. I
That's
would
what.
leave. I honestly would leave. Like I'm saying this right now, I would not stay there. I'd be like, fuck this. I'm out. I'm not doing this. I'm not sitting here behind the stage.
And this year's WrestleMania tickets, everyone's like, oh, they're expensive as crap, dude. Did you
Yeah.
see the? I'm trying to get tickets for this year's WrestleMania tickets. It's like almost $300-$400 just for the cheapest seat at WrestleMania this year.
Oh, Jesus, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, Jesus.
I'm still looking though. Yeah.
Yeah, so browse your options. I mean, have you guys been to WrestleMania before?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Been to two.
Lucky.
I've been to a bunch of them. I've been to 33, 34, and 35.
You went to 33. I think 33 had the most badass stage I've ever seen at
Awesome
WrestleMania.
stage. You should see it live. Seeing it live.
Yeah, I
was
wish I
amazing.
could. That shit's awesome.
It doesn't
Oh, you
compare
sneak
to
into
what
the warehouse in Connecticut, you'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I'm from Connecticut.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Oh my god, you got the headquarters." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's like an hour away from me, and then you can't go inside. Like, you're going to see the outside. Like, I can't go inside. It's
Can't even
weird.
get that close, right?
Yeah, I mean, you get kind of close, but like, you can barely get to the door. Like, there's like security guards at the door, like who will not let you even anywhere near there.
Yeah.
You know, I went to the It's weird because the headquarters is actually in a legit neighborhood. It's like not in the middle of like a big building. It's like in a neighborhood, like headquarters, and there's houses on that street. Like, so someone is right now probably doing a podcast while being living next door to like the headquarters in WWE.
Imagine that.
Oh crap!
Your back window is the outside.
It's probably Stone Cold or The Rock or somebody doing it in their basement or something.
Imagine.
Like my first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 20.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that?
Oh my gosh. I still sometimes wake up in a cold sweat hearing the crowd go tap,
Hey, how's it going?
tap, tap.
Oh shit! Speaking of Eli, he just wrote to me. Eli, what is up, man? You guys know Eli?
Eli.
No.
Oh shit! Well, that's Eli. That's Eli. I thought you guys knew who Eli was. Eli
Well,
just texted me.
He
The
follows
New
us.
York crowd reacting to Benoit's crossface as he flipped him over and went to the center of the ring, and the crowd's like, "Oh, tap, 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 tap,
Right.
tap." Even though that you say I got a few eyebrow shocked faces when I mentioned that was one of my favorite WrestleMania matches that I ever encountered. Geek goes, Joe, no.
No, not now. It's what you call it.
Listen.
It has its moments. Like that match for me, and I'm a Rey Mysterio fan, so like my least favorite match for him is at SummerSlam. That SummerSlam when he lost to Kurt.
I've heard a lot of worse wrestling matches than that, and that match is it's still amazing. That's still like one of the best wrestling matches of all time.
He was
Yeah,
at
it's
Full
so
Gear
much.
last night, meeting Dan Lambert. Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome, by the
He
way.
met Dan Laird. Yeah, he Dan. So shout out to Eli. Eli is a friend of mine from Nerds of Wrestling. We run, we have a group chat together from Nerds, and I'm always talking to Eli. Yeah, Eli had a great time at Full Gear. Eli was the one who was send me pictures and like send me videos of like the show last night. So shout out to Eli for doing that. So that was cool of Eli to do that for me.
Yeah,
Because
so,
like I said, I didn't want to pay $60 for that show.
$60.
no.
I mean, it's compared to like WrestleMania or like
I mean,
like,
it's four
when
times a
WrestleMania
year.
used to be on. Right. When WrestleMania used to be on pay-per-view, I think when I used to live with my mom back, way back in the day, we ordered WrestleMania 23. I think it was like $80.
Wow.
Jeez,
She goes, "Know what? Fuck it. It's WrestleMania." She bought it. I was like, "Sweet."
Tap, tap, tap. Like the thing on TikTok. Tap, 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 tap.
I think she bought it twice by accident, so they so Comcast charged her twice. So I
Oh,
was like, whatever.
gosh.
Like, whatever. I don't care. I was like, all right, sweet.
My
pretty cool.
fondest memory walking into the garden, and I went down the wrong aisle, like row, like
Right.
entranceway, and I walked right down to like down the stairs, and there's the ring for WrestleMania 20 and the set's like right beyond it, and I'm just like, and I just started going, God, I'm at WrestleMania. Oh my God, I'm at WrestleMania.
That's how I felt when I went to
And security
G1.
went like this. You okay, man? And I'm like, I'm okay, man. I'm at WrestleMania. I gotta go. And then I just kept walking.
No, I'm not okay. I'm at WrestleMania. What do you mean?
I didn't know how to react because he was a security guard. Like he would step on me with one foot. Now you see me.
Right.
That's kind of how I felt when I went to G1 Supercard at the Garden.
Oh, where you were there?
Yeah, for G1 Supercard. Probably.
How was that?
That was the best Ring of Honor show I've ever been to. Ever.
So, this is Joe's reaction of him crying. At WrestleMania would be me if I was at WrestleMania 33. Cause man, I can't get over how incredible that whole setup was. It was insane.
Yeah.
And to be there when you hear Undertaker's gong go off and Paul Bearer say, "Oh yes."
Yeah, I think because I started watching wrestling in like 2005, 2006. So obviously started watching then. I didn't know who. I had no idea who Undertaker was. I didn't know Paul Bearer. I was like, who are these people? Then as time went on, doing my research, I kind of became like a massive fan of the professional wrestling. And for people to be at MSG at WrestleMania 20 to hear the gong and hear Paul Bearer must have been,
dude, my chills didn't go away till I hit my door in my house. I just kept going. The New York City Long Island Railroad train lights went off, and I randomly went, "Oh yeah!" So all the wrestling fans were like, "Yeah!" They randomly, you could hear where the wrestling fans were on my train,
right?
Because randomly lights went off. And I went, oh, I'm sitting down, but I was standing and I did. I was like, oh, yes. And they all were like, yeah. You can hear like different seats going, yeah. And they all put.
That's awesome, dude. That's so cool. I'm jealous that you actually got to see that in person.
Yeah, G1 Supercard, my experiences from that also was to see Minoru Suzuki in Madison Square Garden. Dude, I lost my shit right there. Here, Kazi Ninair.
You got to see Suzuki. That's nuts.
Suzuki, Liger in Madison Square Garden, and Muda, all in the Garden.
But as like a wrestling fan, I don't think you could ask for anything better than that.
No, right?
And also, me and Geek got a chance to go to a Ring of Honor show in New York City at what's that place we went to, Geek? I forgot the name of it.
The Hammerstein Ballroom?
No, that's
Hammerstein, and I got a chance to see my first experience of Liger live. Like, I'm being a child of the 90s/80s, getting a chance to see WCW with Jushin Thunder Liger in wrestling. Seeing him wrestle live, dude, the man's an artist, man. Like,
legend. He's a legend.
He's an artist. Like, he's a goat, man. Go with a mask on. Add Matt a goat with a mask on right here.
Nah, he's retired, right?
He's retired. He's retired. Yeah. Have you watched? Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
No worries then.
I was gonna ask if you watched the last New Japan show.
I did not. So I can never find like where to watch the New Japan Pro Wrestling shows. I just usually keep up with them like on YouTube and like like Twitter and everything. I don't know where to find them. Like where can
NewJapanWorld.com.
Yeah. See, there you go. See, I knew that. I'm just making sure you knew.
Because everybody says, "Oh, watch them on YouTube." It's like they're for free. And I'm like, no, man, you gotta watch them live. Those shows are great. It's well worth it. It's well worth it to have.
I like how you brought that up. So for wrestling fans, would you rather see it live as it's happening or after? Like what do you prefer?
Live.
Because
if you want to do reactions. If you want to do fun live reactions, it won't be a delay.
There you go. Because a lot of people go, oh, like what's the difference? Like it's gonna happen anyway. I know, but like there's a difference between watching it live and after it happens. Like imagine watching Undertaker lose like the day after when everyone already knew about it.
I'd be so mad.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
You wouldn't watch it, right?
I watched that match, the AEW match, the Bucks versus
the Lucha Brothers.
Lucha Brothers live with Geek on this because we watched pay-per-views together on StreamYard and not film it. We just watch.
Yeah. Yeah, we
And
just watched them together.
I
So
freaking cried because my grandfather was a luchador back in the 50s and 60s.
No shit, nice.
Yeah, his name is Jose Quinones, and like I cried. Like my grandfather would be so proud right now seeing luchadors. My grandfather, he was a heel, but I know he would be. He passed away before I was born, but he would have been so proud to see two luchadors in America winning American gold,
Yeah.
like in the tag team division. Even though he probably like, "What's this?" You have to explain who these are because he would have been so old.
Right.
So but he would have been so proud knowing luchadors are getting so well known in America. That's like the golden ticket here in America. But his era, the Spanish wrestlers are the heels. So like, he probably would be so confused why they're not bad guys. Like,
I mean, I feel like in wrestling, there's no more good guys or bad guys. In my opinion, it's not 2006. You know, you're never gonna see another Edge. MJF is a massive heel, but
Yeah.
like in WWE right now, you know, going talking about WWE, you know, you're not gonna see another Edge. You're not gonna see another, Kurt Angle.
Triple H.
You're definitely not gonna see another Triple H. Like, because WWE is like so watered down right now. Like for the kids, like they want to be careful what they show. Back in 2006, we were seeing, Edge and Lita have a live sex celebration.
oh yeah,
We were watching, Triple H get married to a passed out Stephanie McMahon in Las Vegas. Like,
So
you're never gonna see that. You're never gonna see something like that ever again in WWE. Like, it sucks.
And the thing is with Triple H, why was the greatest heel. And Joe gets mad at me every time I say this, is because he's like, no, he married the boss's daughter, so he's like he doesn't deserve the opportunities he gets. I'm like, yeah, Joe, but did you hate him?
yes, it worked.
So there you go.
He did his job. I mean, but even before, he was married to Stephanie. Like, look at his shit in DX, like in the '90s. Like, him and Shawn Michaels pulling all that shit off. Like with China, Road Dogg and all them. Like, it's like I said, you're never gonna see any of that ever again.
Oh no, never again. Never
No.
again.
No.
Who's one wrestler you guys cannot stand and absolutely just despise and are like, I don't get it?
Back then it was
But
Triple
back
H.
then, back then Triple H. How about now?
Now, all the stuff I've seen out of MJF, I'm like, God damn it.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't heard that before. Wow, really? You don't like
Yeah,
MJF?
all the stuff makes me cringe. I'm like,
So,
you're a disgrace to Long Island, man. Your character's huge.
how about in WWE? Like, who's one wrestler? I don't get it.
Oh, the Miz.
Oh, we're
JBL.
done. Yo, we're done. This?
The Miz.
What?
His character's he's the
JBL.
original MJF. Like, he is the original. Before MJF was the total tool, there was the Miz.
Yeah,
you know
the Miz is like the PG era. MJF is like the fucking rated R era.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What were we saying, buddy?
JBL is one person I couldn't stand. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. JBL also. Ugh.
Back then, how about now?
How about now? Now it's kind of hard, like you said, because
And we're not talking about good guys or bad guys. We're just talking about like I should rephrase. I should have done better. Like in
just
general.
someone you can't stand.
Can't stand at all. Like just I
You
don't
don't get it.
understand why
You
people
don't
like
get-
him or her. Yeah.
As much as a lot of people, I'm gonna get hate for this, but I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. Joe knows what I'm talking about, right?
Go
All
for
right,
it.
what was it?
Cody.
Okay. Wow. I mean, I don't think you're gonna get a lot of hate at all. I
Cody-
don't understand what the hatred is towards Cody.
The smile, the arrogance. That's what it is.
So
He would be better. He would be better off as a heel because
here's the thing about Cody. Cody Rhodes is putting over every single person that walks into that ring to face him.
here I go. I'm gonna get the hate now.
No, you're fine. I mean, I've heard it before. I've heard people say they don't like Cody before, but I tell them, who did Cody put over for the TNT title? Darby Allin. Who did he put over not once but twice? Malachi Black. Who did he beat just one time on a random episode of AEW? Malachi Black, and he got shit on for it. Cody is not going to put over Malachi Black 75 times. It's just not going to happen. He put him over once. He got squashed by Malachi Black the first time he fought him. Then he lost to him again in a pay-per-view. And then he beat him on a random episode of it. So what? I mean, that's just the thing about Cody. Like, Cody, like, I have no hatred at all towards Cody. I mean, hey, by all means, that's on you, man. But, I mean, I tell people, like...
He said truth. Steven says truth right there.
Who are you saying truth to? Me? I hope it's to me.
I think the one thing I really got pissed about was when Cody beat him in the dog collar match, Brody Lee. That kind of
okay, but who did he lose to for the title?
Yeah, Brody.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
he Brody beat him.
Yeah.
I mean, Brody beat him. I mean, like I said, like all these wrestlers do not need to beat Cody every single time. I mean, it's not gonna happen. I mean, it's very uncalled for. But you say Cody as a wrestler, you don't like him, you don't get it. I'm gonna get shit on for this. I know I'm gonna be probably attacked, I'll probably be banned for life. Probably people are gonna be like, "Why don't you like him?" And I'm gonna say it, and I don't care what people think. I do not and will not ever like Drew McIntyre. I can't stand him. I don't understand the hype. I don't get it.
Arrogant.
Huh?
He's so arrogant. That little thing he does with his chest now, thinking he's the ish. You ever see that his face? You go,
who? Drew McIntyre?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like him. I don't get it. Like, cool. He won the title. Cool. He beat Brock Lesnar. Cool. He eliminated Brock Lesnar. Right now, obviously, he's not really getting pushed down our throats right now. But when he was, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't like him. I don't understand it. Like, bro, just hit the Claymore kick. Stop counting down from 3. Just fucking hit your move and kick it off my TV.
But yeah. I mean I'm nothing but respect for Cody, but I like him as a heel better. I think he'd work so much better as a heel.
I mean, who's to say he won't turn heel again? I mean, you never know. I mean, he could be heel next week. He could be heel Wednesday.
Yeah.
He could just full turn massive heel out of nowhere.
And I do enjoy his match with Goldust. By the way, his match with Goldust at Double or Nothing was absolutely amazing. Dustin.
Right. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Hey Joe, how about you, man? Who's one wrestler that you can't stand?
He said Triple H.
Triple H, but like
right
also
now.
Brock Lesnar, because he gets so much Vince McMahon like love.
Right. Let me tell you.
If I was your owner and you threw a fucking championship belt at my head as I'm standing on the opposite in the gorilla position, your motherfucking ass would be gone so fast you would learn Spanish and learn how to speak Italian. Am I right? The belt you threw at him is the belt over your shoulder.
Eli says they booed him out of the building.
He threw that belt at Vince McMahon at full speed, not a phony toy title, not like the one above my head. He threw the freaking full-size, heavy WWF title at Vince McMahon's head at 50 to 100 miles per hour. Motherfucker, you be going so fast. You'll end up, your ass is on the unemployment list line so fast. You'll be like, does it come with a cup of soup and a soda?
Speaking of Brock Lesnar, so I remember I went to Hartford, Connecticut a couple years ago for Money in the Bank, and so I'm in Connecticut, and we got very fortunate to where we were able to get Money in the Bank. And Hartford is only like 20 minutes away from me, if that. So we were able to go to Money in the Bank, me and my friend. We saw a great show. We saw AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. We saw, Bayley win the Money in the Bank. We saw Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans. We saw Becky Lynch versus, Charlotte. We saw Bayley cash in. We saw the steel cage match between Miz and Shane McMahon. Kevin Owens versus Kofi Kingston. And obviously, the men's ladder match for the Money in the Bank.
Hey guys, do you read chat? What's that supposed to mean?
So we're in the arena. We're watching this amazing Money in the Bank match go down. And I don't know if you guys recall the match in 2019, Money in the Bank, where Finn Balor got the living shit beat out of him. I was there for that. Like, they beat the shit out of Finn Balor in that match. And Near the end of the match, Mustafa climbs up, he grabs onto the briefcase, and all you hear is Brock Lesnar's music. Oh my god. Did that place boo the living shit out of him. I never heard such loud boos for a wrestler before. And my friend Mario, he got up so quick. Cause you guys been to wrestling shows before, and everything's going on at once. Like you kind of focus on one thing. Somebody's music hits, it's so loud you can't even like process like who is it? So I remember his music, Brock Lesnar music hit, and my friend gets up, and I'm like, who is it? And I just see, this big beast run down the ring, and Paul Heyman. I was like, oh shit, it's Brock Lesnar!
Yeah.
So and Brock Lesnar, he ended up winning the Money in the Bank contract, and just sat on that ladder for I think a good 2 minutes, 3 minutes after the show ended. Yeah, I was there. I was there for that, bro. And oh man, that place was pissed. Crazy.
What?
I know.
What? Top left is Ivan, 39. Stay home.
Dude, he's ranking on us. Huh? Dude, really? Dude.
Oh yeah.
I do this. You know what, dude? I like to see you do this. This is the hardest thing to do, besides working. Mm-hmm. I do this for fun, and I do this for the love of wrestling. If you're gonna diss on my podcast, get the fuck out of here.
Bye.
I love this. I love wrestling. I love indie wrestling. I love professional wrestling. Get the fuck out of here. I'm here to have fun with it and meet a friend. This guy's cool. Let's continue keep talking, guys.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, get a life, man. Come on, get up.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Uncalled for, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. You're gonna get haters all the time. Don't worry about that. Ignore him.
Yeah.
You've been good lately, so that's.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Mm-hmm. So you said Triple H. What really kind of made you hate Triple H?
When he turned on Shawn Michaels for that WrestleMania.
Turned on. Oh, okay. Why did you hate that?
Yeah, they're about to do the DX thing. Like he was about to do. I'm like, oh, DX is about to return. And then, boom, he pedigrees him. I'm like, don't do that. No. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's so it's kind of all these moments in wrestling where we're like, shit. It made us cry. Kind of brought tears to our eyes. Has there ever been any moments in wrestling where that happened to you guys?
Oh my gosh, the Eddie Guerrero Memorial.
No.
Dude, yeah. I'm a Puerto Rican child, and I adult, and I called my best friend. Well, that's when the internet started coming up, and No DQ or whatever came up, and I saw it, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah, there's a couple moments that actually made me tear. There's two NXT moments that actually made me tear. Was when Bayley won the title from Sasha in Brooklyn, and they all hugged at the end. I was there live for that.
You were there live for that?
Yeah, dude, I teared so much.
You lucky son of a bitch. And in my opinion, even 6 years later, almost 7, it's kind of crazy.
I still teared that match.
It's crazy to think that is the greatest women's wrestling match of all time. Now, in my opinion, at least. I mean, I don't know what people are thinking, when they hear me say that, but that's my opinion. I feel like that's the greatest women's wrestling match of all time.
For How about you guys? Personally, my childhood match, I always say this on every podcast, the match that sits in my head for 38 years has been sitting. It owes me a lot of money in my head, rent free. Mr. Perfect was Bret Hart, SummerSlam '91. That was the first real match I ever watched as a kid. That was my first SummerSlam.
Wow.
SummerSlam '91 that I watched on home on the TV, watching my uncle's house. That match made me love technical wrestling so much that it just sits in my head. I have to watch it sometimes just to watch how technical that match was and how Bret moved around with Perfect. And there was a secret to that match. I don't know if you know. Justin, that Mr. Perfect was hurt that whole match.
Really?
Yes, he hurt. They were doing a house show. I was watching this on YouTube. He was doing a house show, and he fell, and the side of the ring was lower, I guess, and he fell and hit his back on the lower side of the ring.
Right.
And then there was SummerSlam like a few weeks later, and he almost didn't want to do. He was going to scratch himself. And it's like, no, this is gonna be a big match. This is gonna be a big match. You have to do it. And he was like, I'm hurt. He's like, do it anyway.
What?
Yeah. I don't know where I found that, but I saw it on YouTube. I'm like, what?
What would you say? What would you say your best match? Yeah.
My favorite match of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like a moment that made me cry?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Cry or like in your head, friend free.
There's a lot, man. One of my favorite matches of all time is, I definitely got to go back and say Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. Undertaker versus Triple H at 28 in Hell in a Cell. John Cena versus, CM Punk and Money in the Bank in 2011. And a lot of people shit on John Cena. Like, a lot of people go, he can't wrestle. But look at all these matches he had against AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Edge, Triple H, Randy Orton, Kurt Angle. The list goes on. Like, that dude's resume of wrestling is insane. He's one of the in my opinion, he's one of the best. He's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And, like, nobody could, change our mind. It's John Cena. Like,
Yeah, oh gosh.
It's John Cena.
That song comes on, people get either so happy or so mad. Like,
I go nuts. When I heard his music at Money in the Bank over the summer, I went nuts. I went crazy. I was so happy to see him back.
I mean, I have to disagree with you. I'm sorry to rank on you. But
you're gonna rank on me. All right.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to say the greatest wrestler of all time is Kazuchika Okada.
I'm talking about like WWE wise, bro.
WWE wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I'm not saying he's the best wrestler of all time. I'm just saying he's one of, like when people,
Ziggler is someone who should have been
Ziggler is extremely underrated. He's really underrated. It's to the point where it's like,
we're done.
What's next? What's next for him? I mean, like, he's WWE for life. He's not going anywhere. Cesaro, same thing. Cesaro, they really did not pull the trigger on that man. That man should have been
the champion by now.
Not even by now, by like 2014, man. I felt like they put a rocket on that man, and I felt like they were gonna really, shoot him to the moon after his win at WrestleMania 30 when he won that Battle Royal. Mm-hmm. But looking back, it's like, oh, it's just a Battle Royal. That shit didn't mean anything now. Mm-hmm. Which is very unfortunate.
Yeah. Sorry to bring up. Sorry to have that bummer in the chat.
No, it's fine.
He actually apologized. I'm sorry, guys. Misunderstanding.
Oh.
Well, the mod button the mod band.
Okay.
I go into every stream and do guesses. It usually goes down.
I don't ever remember anybody coming in a chat and talking smack about people, talking smack about the host.
That's not cool, dude.
That's kind of odd that you're just kind of taking guesses at people like.
It's like, you don't know us. Do you know us? No, right?
What the fuck? Oh my god.
What if we had Caroline King in there and he just started making fun of us? She'd be freaked out. She'd be like,
she would probably curse him out.
Either that or she'd leave. I don't want guests to leave on us.
Yeah.
We have fun. That's why I freaked out.
Don't worry, I'm not leaving. I ain't going anywhere. Like people come in all the time. Yeah, I just ignore the haters. Like, whatever. It's at the end of the day, like
it makes you stronger actually, because at the end of the day, you're like, it's like that you try and do this for a living,
right? Exactly. I was gonna say that. At the end of the day, you're doing something they probably can't do or don't know how.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, me and Geek have been doing this since March, and we had somebody that used to be a really bad hater, and was one of my former best friends, and he just got so cringed that I decided to do this, and like come in our chat to make fun of us and say some mean things, and I'm like, we had a guest freak out on him, like, what a loser! What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
losers.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they're just keyboard warriors. They ain't there. They're just behind the keyboard talking shit. Behind the keyboard, they're not gonna come in and do it in real life. You know, they're that's on them.
Yeah.
You know, so I appreciate you guys. You know, for doing the show, for doing the podcast. You know, like do your thing. You know, just ignore the haters because at the end of the day, you're doing it and they're not.
Exactly.
And this is our dream. Me and Geek always wished to be able to sit and talk to wrestlers and podcast. Like we never thought we were going to get podcasters till we met the Dirty Heels. Have you ever heard of them?
Probably. There's a lot of podcasts out there.
Yeah, they're mad cool. They pretty much. We were like Stitch in front of the
over the top ropes. Over the top ropes.
Over the top rope. Well, over the top rope really didn't. Mostly Dirty Heels. Like we were like Stitch crying in the rain, and Dirty Heels like, "Come on, man, come by the back door, man. We'll let you in the window of the frat house. Come on in, man." You know, like they helped us out and they dried us off.
Circle of Debate. Shouts out to them.
Circle Debate also. They gave us a big shout out too.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. I mean, yeah, you know, like there's so many amazing people who are willing to help out fellow podcasters, and the same thing with wrestlers. You know, there's so many amazing wrestlers who are willing to be like, yeah, you know, I like that idea. Let's do it. Let's do it. And I love that poster back there, man, of the dudes at Ringside.
Yeah, my friend Colin makes merchandise, and I bought that from him. And our logo is done by a Canadian artist named Joe Alphabet.
Nice.
Super nice guy, very friendly, super fast artist. I said, "Can you do like a Christmas one?" And he's like, 2 seconds, boop, done.
He's on it.
And then I was like, "Can you make one of the hats blue?" He's like,
"Yeah, sure, done."
Like, swear to God, we're gonna like do a podcast with him, and he's gonna change and show the screen and show like the laptop is gonna be like different versions of me and Geek. I'm like,
that's awesome.
Faces.
Shout out to Joe. He's such a great artist, dude.
Such a nice guy, friendly, super friendly. And he joked with me. He's like, if I say sorry a lot, I'm Canadian.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm not Canadian, but I say sorry all the time for like the littlest things. I work with kids, dude, and I'll do something like, I don't know, but I'll spill soda or something on the floor, and I'll say sorry like 1,000 times. Like, Mr. Justin,
I work in a grocery store.
It's fine.
I used to be a greeter for 9 years, so like saying sorry and oh my goodness, you okay is part of my life. Like,
right.
Like my original name on the internet was Joe, the Ghostbuster. No, it was Joe the Greeter.
Joe the Greeter.
Yeah, that was my name on YouTube for a while, and then I changed it to Ghost Head Talk Podcast because I do a Ghostbuster show with my buddy Laura from Florida, and we do it like this. I wish we could do it like this, but Laura doesn't have the right laptop, so we have to do it like me on the
Laura.
Yeah. Damn. You could have had 2 podcasts, Joe.
Damn, Laura.
Me and Geek joked. He said if we went to Comic-Con, everybody that I know in the Ghostbuster community, like, Joe needs to sign that paper twice.
Yeah, it's 2 podcasts. It's 2 podcasts.
I only have one. Nobody watches that one.
Speaking of Comic-Con, I just went to a Comic-Con in Rhode Island. It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome, dude. I got to meet Britt Baker, Adam Cole, Ruby Soho, a couple of the kids from It. No, sorry, not It. Excuse me. A couple of the kids from Cobra Kai. I met some of them. I met one kid from It. You guys you saw It before, right?
Yeah, I saw it. The new one?
Yeah.
The new one. All right.
Like 2018 one, yeah.
Yeah.
And 29, whatever one it was. Yeah, I met Georgie. He signed my Funko Pop.
That's awesome.
That was cool. And then I got to meet Matthew Lillard, Shaggy from Scooby Doo. He signed my Funko Pop. Do you guys watch
the killer from Scream?
Yeah. The original Ghostface. Yes, look at you.
There you go.
Yeah, the original Ghostface. I tell all the kids, like I say, I met Shaggy from Scooby Doo. I'm not gonna tell them I met Ghostface.
Ghostface.
They'll go, who's Ghostface?
Geek, always make fun of Geek. I'm like, Geek is like the one that you stab me too deep, man. That's me. That's Geek. That's so Geek.
I'm feeling a little woozy here.
Yeah, that is Geek. It's Geek. We had to do something, and I had to stab him. I'm like, oh man, you stabbed me too deep, man.
I'm feeling a little woozy here.
That's funny. I can't wait for the new one though in January.
Dude,
I keep getting weird things thinking this is gonna happen, and because like I write. I wrote like 3 Ghostbusters fan fictions within a year of
nice.
just after
But
2016. I had to write a story.
but I've noticed it's not Scream though. Not Scream 5. It's Scream. So
Right.
I'm thinking, Joe, are they redoing it? And they're
I
gonna
hope not. I hope
and,
not. I
and
mean,
they're gonna kill off Nev Campbell in the first
oh,
5 minutes of the
I would
movie.
cry. I'm a Nev Campbell super fan. Like I told Geek, my idea of the beginning of Scream. Nev's getting in the car at night. She's going to get something for the kids, and she gets in the car. And then you see the Scream face pop on the background. She's like, "What's that?" And she turns the car on. The car explodes, and it's like they hear the weird, creepy song. It goes up, and it's the shape of the mask. The explosion is the shape of the mask.
Because my question is, why would they just not call it Scream 5? Why are they calling it Scream? That's what I want to know. Yeah,
Hollywood does not like sequels, Geek. They don't like sequels. That's why Ghostbusters Afterlife is called Ghostbusters Afterlife, not Ghostbusters 3. Oh, 3. Sorry. Don't want to do that hand gesture.
since you are a Ghostbusters fan, were you a fan of huh?
Super fan. I
Since-
opened my alternate glasses here. Like Ghost Head Talk, Joe.
There you go. Were you a fan of the girl Ghostbusters?
Like I saw it on opening night, with my parents. I wore my flight suit. All these young kids were laughing at me. Like I had my moments that like I liked it, and then I got mad that they had a script. This script that the movie that's in the theaters Thursday. People, make sure you go. Don't bring your children because I don't have to deal with crying babies on that Thursday. I don't have to execute any children with my proton wand. They had this script, and Paul Feig denied it. And I saw the whole movie. I liked it. I had my moments. I got mad that they didn't really keep on the old school idea of Ghostbusters.
Right.
They had their own take on it, but I liked it. But then I didn't like the way that Paul Feig's fans went after the original fans, calling us man babies. But I met Paul Feig in New York City after Comic-Con.
Nice.
And he got scared. He thought I was going to be mean to him. And I'm like, you obviously don't know me in real life, sir. I'm one of the sweetest people in my town. He's like, really? And I was like, yeah, I'm the only one in my town that actually stuck up for your movie. So please don't use man baby in front of me. Don't you call me a basement dweller. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm still used to being people being mean to me. I didn't know what to. I'm like,
this guy.
Yeah, he looked at me like, like, but I cried when I heard that all the bad stuff was happening, and then I heard that Jason Reitman was writing a script, and I was like, oh. I had to pre-order these tickets. I pre-ordered them like 2 weeks ago, and they've been sitting in my wallet. And you know how you check something? You know when you check something in your wallet, Lance, if it's really there. I do that every once in a while now. I go, I'm at work, and I stop and take my wallet out and go.
You just make sure everything's. Hey, I do the same thing with money. Okay? So okay, it's still there.
It wasn't a joke. I wasn't dreaming that I walked into the movie. Actually, I did this whole little spiel I practiced in my head when I was going to the register girl. I'm like, I'm a diehard Ghostbusters fan. Is there any way I can get these tickets in advance? And the girl's like, oh, well, they're not available till the night of the movie. And I said, I felt like a Karen. I was like, I saw a sign on the sign about something about the movie. Yeah. And she's like, hold on. Oh, yeah, you can pre-order your tickets. What time do you want to go?
You freaking Karen.
I was like, do I say 7 and then I'll be tired and I will miss the podcast with Geek, or do I say 4? And I'm like, 4 p.m. And she's like, all right, what do you want to sit? I'm like, I'll sit in the back. And she's like, oh, I'll flip the camera. And she flipped it, and then it was like first 2 seats in the theater.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Wait, like in the front or like in the back?
Back. The back. I want to be able to see everything, the whole screen, nothing.
I'm more of like a guy who likes to sit in the middle. You know, I like the middle seat.
Yeah.
I don't like. I used to sit all the way in the back before, but I like the middle seat because it's especially with like the railing right there. You know, so I put my feet up if I'm too late. Well, I have a recliner chair at the theater too, so So yeah, I can tell you're very excited for
Oh my
for
gosh! The
Ghostbusters.
last trailer, I teared up. As soon as the last thing you heard, I was like,
Okay,
whoa.
now we heard because I know we heard their little ad in the original Ghostbusters, we're here for you,
Yeah,
whatever they said. Who who's in this? Is it Dan Aykroyd that's in the
Dan
movie?
Aykroyd's in it. Bill Murray's in it. How Ramis, God rest his soul, he's passed on. So it's Bill, it's Dan, and it's Ernie.
Bill Murray's in it too.
Mm-hmm. Billy's in it.
Wow.
Yeah, in the
Dude,
last trailer.
Oh, they showed
last
it.
trailer, me and Geek watched it on the screen, and Geek was like, "Whoa!" He
So
says,
what they say? We're back, Joe, or
he said, "Did you miss us?
yeah, that's
Did you
me,
miss
sir.
me? Whatever." I was like, "Yes, dude, Uncle Bill, I
Because
missed you."
because I was assuming it was Dan Aykroyd. I didn't know 3 of the 4 were going to be in it because I
He
know one of
picks
them
up the
passed
phone
away.
at Raise a Colt and says, "Hello," and then the little girl, McKenna Grace, goes, "I want to talk about what happened in New York." And then it goes to other stuff. Shows the terror dogs. They show. Oh man, you just have to watch the trailer. It's just like,
When this podcast is over, I will definitely go check that out.
Mhm.
oh yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. I freaked out. The first trailer they ever did for this movie, they didn't even show anything. They just showed the barn, lightning striking, and then the tarp go up, and then it just said Ghostbusters Summer 2020, and I was like, I'm hooked. I'm there. Take my fucking money.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a massive Ghostbusters fan, but I like their films. I like I'm intrigued by them. I think they're pretty cool. They're unique in its own way. So I'll definitely be go checking out this new Ghostbusters movie when it does come out.
It like, and there's a YouTube video that I sent to Geek. They're already reviewing it. Like the reviews are coming in. Movie of the it could be the movie of the year.
Really?
Yes. Who's
Wow.
calling this the movie of the year? Paul Feig's movie didn't even get that. Oh, women could be anything and stuff like that were the reviews for that
Right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that movie for sure. It does look good. It does look intriguing, to say the least. No, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see it. I'm excited to see Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Not as excited as you, Joe, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Joe.
Oh,
He cut out. Joe.
he's kissing. He's get out of the way. Look, he's about to blow you a kiss. Geek froze. No, Geek, we don't do that. I'm the one that's supposed to talk to the girls. No, you forgot that you didn't. The one question you didn't ask us, like, who gets most of the guests?
Yeah, who gets most of the guests? Who does the contacting?
Me. I'm the one that sends the script out, the little letter.
Now, who's the one who is sending me all the messages? You?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No shit.
Yeah. I have a regular account. You just add me, follow me at Ghostbuster Joe.
Got you for sure. Jesus Christ! Look at
He
you.
froze. Oh no! How are we supposed to end the podcast? Great.
I know.
Geek
Oh
will be-
no, he's out.
Geek will be back. Geek will be back.
What happened?
Either his laptop died or he lost internet connection.
Oh my
But,
god,
like,
that is funny.
This happened to him for quite a few times. Like his internet in the house he's at, or his computer died, or something like that. So yeah, yes, you definitely should try to get the owner of Liberty Pro. He's a super nice guy, super southern gentleman. Anytime we get a wrestler, he always says, "I want them. I want them." Always, kid. Always.
Liberty Pro Wrestling. I'll try to get the owner for sure.
Yeah. It's under Instagram. It's on. You look on the comments of one of our videos. It says on the thing. It says owner. It says owner of LWPP. That's his personal Instagram page.
Okay.
He's a super nice guy. Oh my gosh. We're trying to get more owners. Like we hope Nathan is gonna get back to us. Oh, Geek just texted me. What did he say? Wi-Fi cut. How am I supposed to end the show?
It's all good, man.
I'm back. I'm back. What's up?
You're talking smack. And yeah. So Geek kind of gets the cringe award for the day with that. I was like, great.
Yeah, it was like he was like blowing us a kiss in the camera for like 10 minutes.
Like,
He was
Mod's like, yeah, those are my lips.
Lord.
So yeah, I get a lot of the female guests because they're the only ones for me that answer. And I'm like, huh? Like, you think male wrestlers be looking at their phone all the time? Not really, but
Right.
uh,
I mean, like, is it like kind of like back and forth, or like do like one of you guys like, no, I'll reach out to them.
It's back and forth.
Yeah, I try to give Geek the reins when I'm at work, because when I work at my job, I don't really look at my phone generally a lot.
But what Joe would do is he'll schedule 10 wrestlers in a day, and I'm like, send email. I'm like, you mother.
10 wrestlers
Well, that
in a
day
day?
I just thought, because sadly we had to put one of my Dowshins down that day, and I thought I was
No, I'm not talking about that day. I'm talking in general. He'll send like a whole entire list. I'll be like, you mother. And then like at least 5 of them will get back to us in the same exact day. I'm like, Joe.
Now we
what do you
changed
need
our
to do?
Instagram page to professional, so now we could send them over to a gallery, so we don't have to get rid of them in the chat. Because I like when nobody messages us, it's like a tumbleweed will come through the chat.
Right. Yeah, I just get rid of it. I mean, for me, like if I message a wrestler or email the wrestler, asking them to come on the show, they don't reply within like a week. I'll just delete the chat. And
Sometimes they get back to us like a month later or like 6 months later or something. I'm like, we just messaged you like a month ago.
I just messaged you in June. How are you messaging me it's Christmas? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I just kind of that's my take on it. I mean, that's my my thing is like if they don't come back to me within like a week, I'll just kind of delete the chat and try to message them like again like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, I try to explain to Geek, like, if they don't message us back, then tie them up.
Right. Like I said, like if they read the chat and they don't answer you, then obviously it's a no. But it's on to the next. Because like I said, there's thousands of wrestlers out there who will love to come on the podcast.
Definitely.
Just for their story to be heard.
Exactly.
I get a few wrestlers that I was hoping that would be they gave us a date, they sent us pictures and everything, and then poof, we're gone. Oof. I'm like, what? Huh?
That's not right. That's messed up.
And then we had one that we had a week set up for their wrestler, and was it 5 seconds before the show, Geek? The wrestler.
No, 5 minutes. It was 5 minutes before the show.
5 minutes before the show.
I can't do the show.
5 minutes. We were sitting here, and he goes, really? And I'm like, what?
5 minutes.
And I looked, and I was like, son of a bitch. And then the replacement came in, and it was the best interview, the funniest, sweetest, friendliest interview.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll tell you when we're off the air.
Yeah.
No names.
I'm not going to say it loud. I'm going to say it when we're off air.
No names.
He gets mad. He tried to pick me off the screen. I'm like, this
Oh, God. Sorry, it's like my thing for my computer.
You're gonna get all the female wrestlers that like to be smacked around all excited by you. See you smacking the.
Oh jeez. I don't think so.
Yeah.
That'd be something.
Those only girls.
So what? Only girls. What is this?
We'll talk about it when we're not live.
All right.
Yeah, no, for sure.
All right. I think it's time to end the show.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Thank you for taking our fun invitation.
Yeah, dude. Thank you guys so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. I'd love to come on again in the near future.
Yeah,
definitely.
Shout out your next show. You have any of the other shows you're going to be doing?
Yeah. So tonight at 8:00 Eastern Let me talk again. 8:00 tonight, Nerds of Wrestling Live will be the debut episode of What's Up Nerds. Guys, please come check it out. We will be interviewing a fellow nerd named Julie Cutler. I am very, very excited for this show and very excited for the launch of What's Up Nerds. So go check it out on Nerds of Wrestling on Facebook at 8:00 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, wait, before you go, do you have any pets before our mod's head explodes?
Yes, I do have 2 dogs upstairs who are, kind of like chasing each other back and forth. So I have a pit and a chihuahua.
Oh, geez, that's an interesting fight. Rey
Yeah,
Mysterio
yeah.
versus Big Show.
What was that?
All right.
Rey Mysterio versus Big Show all over again.
For sure. Thanks, guys.
No problem.
All right. We will see you guys.
See you Monday for our first week of the couples week. Peace out, everybody.
Nice. Peace.